EPSA General Assembly appoints Nina Janetic Slovenia as Parliamentary Council Member for the duration of the last day of the 62nd General Assembly. I ask if anyone wants to comment or ask any questions. Joseph with the technical.
Madam President, I close the floor for discussion.
Thank you, Joseph. Then we'll move on to voting on the motion. As it reads, the 62nd EPSA General Assembly appoints Nina Janetic Slovenia as Parliamentary Council Member for the duration of the last day of the 62nd General Assembly. I ask if there are any votes against, any abstentions, and who votes for? Okay, you can lower your voting cards. Thank you. I have 22 votes for, none against, and no abstentions. So the motion was carried unanimously. And thank you, Nina, for helping us another day. Now we'll move on to the agenda. The next point was the EPSA Strategic Plan 2021-2024. I will read the motion. The 62nd EPSA General Assembly approves the EPSA Strategic Plan 2021-2024. I open the floor for discussion on the motion. Joseph?
Yes, President. So, since this document will be guiding the association for the upcoming 3 years, I really would like to hear some input from you.
Thank you, Joseph. I'll ask if there are any comments or questions anyone wishes to make to this document. Okay, I have a new point from BPHD Germany.
Carolyn, BPHD Germany. So yeah, thanks for writing the strategic report. I found it really structured and easy to read, and I found all the goals good, and so I don't have any comments on that. Thank you.
Thank you, BPHD. Does anyone else wish to intervene? Joseph with the technical.
Madam President, I close the floor for discussion.
Thank you, Joseph. Then we'll move on to voting on the motion. As it reads, the 62nd EPSA General Assembly approves the EPSA Strategic Plan 2021-2024. I ask if there are any votes against, any abstentions, and who votes for? You can lower your voting cards. Thank you. I had 22 votes for, none against, and no abstentions, so the motion was carried unanimously and the strategic plan was approved. We'll move on to the next point of the agenda, which is reviewing the list of working statements. I ask that the list with comments is projected on the screen, please. Okay, we'll go one at a time, and I'll ask you if you have any comments on it. The first working statement states the 54th EPSA General Assembly adopts the EPSA Strategic Plan 2018-2021, and this is proposed to be removed as a new strategic plan will come into force since we just voted. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, the second working statement states that the 60th EPSA General Assembly mandates the 43rd EPSA Annual Congress 2021 Reception Committee to prioritize the alumni to gain their alumni status after the 1st of May 2020 when registering for the alumni weekend within the limits of the available spots. Since the registration process was completed, it is also proposed to be removed. Alright, the 60th EPSA General Assembly accepts ISPA Italy as EPSA associate member and mandates them to settle their debt to EPSA incurred by not paying the EPSA membership fees, the late fees, and IMP fees related to offers number 50, 51, and 53 by the 64th EPSA General Assembly the latest. Before this debt is settled, ISPA is not eligible to apply to ordinary membership. Failing to fulfill this will result in loss of membership status. The 61st EPSA General Assembly mandates the EPSA Executive to update all regulations according to the changes to the regulations approved by the 61st EPSA General Assembly. This was already done, so it's proposed to be removed. The 61st EPSA General Assembly mandates the EPSA Executive to implement the Trainers Fund by the 63rd EPSA General Assembly. Yesterday we voted on the Trainers Travel Fund. It's under a different name, but with the same purpose, so this is proposed to be removed. The 61st EPSA General Assembly mandates Janka Leskovska, Chairperson of the Council's 22nd EPSA Summer University 2021, to present an individual report describing the activity of the reception committee between their appointment and the 61st EPSA General Assembly. This report shall be written respecting the reports handbook. This report shall be submitted before and voted on during the 62nd EPSA General Assembly, which is now when we voted on the report yesterday, so we propose to remove this. The 61st EPSA General Assembly mandates the EPSA Executive and the EPSA Professional Affairs Coordinator to investigate the workload of the EPSA Professional Affairs Coordinator and strategy to optimize it. The outcomes of the investigation shall be presented at the 63rd EPSA General Assembly at the latest. The 61st EPSA General Assembly mandates the EPSA Executive and the EPSA Educational Affairs Coordinator to investigate implementing the e-learning platform into LEAP. The outcomes, together with future steps, shall be presented at the 63rd EPSA General Assembly at the latest. The 61st EPSA General Assembly allows the reception committee of the 43rd EPSA Annual Congress to organize the event in October-November 2021. By this, Articles 6.1.5, 7.1.3, 22.1.3, 22.3.11 of the Terms of Reference and Article 12.2 of the Standing Orders as per 60th EPSA General Assembly shall be overruled. The 60th... So this is proposed to be removed as well, since the Annual Congress is finishing today. The 61st EPSA General Assembly mandates that members who have not paid their membership fee by the start of the 61st EPSA General Assembly shall be considered in the arrears for the year 2021. By this, Article 21.7.10 shall be overruled. This is also proposed to be dropped. The 61st EPSA General Assembly mandates SAP Bosnia and Herzegovina to donate the profits made from the 17th EPSA Autumn Assembly to the EPSA Support Fund. The money never left EPSA's account, so this is supposed to be removed. The 61st EPSA General Assembly adopts comics. The future is now as a topic for the 18th EPSA Autumn Assembly 2022. The 61st EPSA General Assembly mandates the EPSA Executive to recalculate the membership fee of USF Czech Republic and to reimburse the difference within 1 month. The recalculation of this was done, and the email was sent to USF Czech Republic, and as was explained in the ODT, there was a problem with the emails, but it is supposed to be removed since the 1 month has passed, and the reimbursement will be done as soon as we contact with USF. Any comments on the list of working statements as a whole? If not, we can move on to the motion. The 62nd EPSA General Assembly approves the amended list of working statements. I open the floor for discussion on the motion. Joseph with the technical.
Yes, Mr. President, I close the floor for discussion.
Thank you, Joseph. Then we'll move on to voting on the motion. As it reads, the 62nd EPSA General Assembly approves the amended list of working statements. I ask if there are any votes against. Any abstentions? And who votes for? You can lower your voting cards, thank you. I had 22 votes for, none against, and no abstentions, so the amended list of working statements was approved. We'll move on to the next point of the agenda, which is the 43rd Annual Congress Chairperson discharge. We have Yusuf with the technical.
Yes, Mr. President. So Gautier is dealing with some emergency at the household. He won't be at MS for at least 30 minutes. So we could skip him and take him later once he will be available. That's okay with you?
Is it okay? Show of emotions, please. Thank you. then we'll move on to the next point of the agenda, which is the immediate past president's discharge. I will read the motion. The 62nd EPSA General Assembly discharge Mia Ionitsa, immediate past president, 2021-2022. Mihai?
Mihai PP. So, dear General Assembly, usually right now I would be supposed to have a PowerPoint for you with nice photos to show you my journey in EPSA. Since I didn't want to show you screenshots of Zoom and Adobe Connect, I'll make this point a bit less interactive. My apologies for this. If anyone would ask me 2.5 years ago what I want to do in my career path, I would have said anything but volunteering in any association. However, I was amazed by the GA, thanks Anda, and I felt I had to give something back to EPSA for all the amazing moments it offered me so far. There I was, elected as PC member, joining this amazing world. We had a team meeting in Ljubljana, we had porridge, which everyone loved. We went to Warsaw for the Thursday meeting, where some things were lost, but like personal things, some dignity for some, nothing major. And then we went to Brussels for what was going to be the last live team meeting and EPSA event for 18 months. The COVID-19 pandemic literally chased us out of European Parliament and back to our countries, where we had the lockdowns. You know very well what happened. I don't want to steer all of that again. We had to scramble, we had to adapt, we had to make things work. And the worst, we had forgotten why certain things were done in a certain way. And we learned that the hard way. Online GAs, which take a lot of time to count votes, and where it is more likely to win the lottery than to have a constant number of votes all the time. Online team meetings that, next to all the online classes and everything that moved online, were as attractive as a pharmacognostic course the morning after the international night. And uncertainty, lots of that. Never knowing when we could meet, never knowing what can happen next, never being able to plan ahead properly. Seeing this event happen live now made me realize that with the lockdown, EPSA went dormant. It hibernated. Everything that had to be moved online lost the EPSA spirit I grew to love over time. Yet here we are today, awoken by the French touch, literally getting everything back to life. I hope this is not just false hope, and from the huge interest I've seen to organize EPSA events in the future the other day, I'm certain we'll be back in business in no time. I wish to express my gratitude once again to the RC for the amazing work put in this week. They've done an incredible effort to make sure we can all be here. You have absolutely no idea what happened in the background, and I hope you don't get to know. It's amazing to do it. And I want to express my sincere apologies for the 2021 team members that never had the opportunity to experience what I have just experienced here. I wish I could have shared this with everyone. They've earned it above and beyond. It's time for me to step down now, to let others continue what we started, and I've got full confidence in this team. There are 29 amazing, hard-working people ready to move mountains to make everything work. ODs, please be nice with them. They're mostly new, but I see a great deal of potential in them. Stay well, EPSA. I loved my journey with you. I do it again in a heartbeat, and I know you're in good hands right now. I'll be around, but as I said, it's time to let go. Yours in EPSA, Ionitsa.
I open the floor for discussion on the motion. I have Joseph for the new point.
Yes, President. It's hard to put into words the last 2.5 years I had the opportunity to experience with Mihai. When I started in EPSA, I didn't know anyone, and it was actually Mihai and the rest of the Romanian delegation and the EPSA team as the first people who I got friends with and I got more into contact with. And I felt like I found a new kind of family, a new kind of group of friends, and it was amazing. And I'm amazed by what you did. You led EPSA through one of the hardest times we could imagine. We couldn't even imagine, because no one ever expected that this would happen in our lifetime, and we would suddenly would have to move everything online, no live events, no live team meetings, everyone just sitting in their rooms in front of computers, trying to do their best. But Mihai just went through it and did his best to deliver at least a part of the experience of EPSA team. And I think he managed well. We had our hardships, but at the end, all went well, and I really want to thank him for all the work, and I'm looking forward to the collaboration in future. I hope you won't run away, but as you said, you will stay around, and you still have a lot of experience and information that you could give us. And yeah, I'm really happy. Thank you very much for everything.
Thank you, Joseph. I have a new point from Anne France.
Hello, Anne France. Dear Mihai, we had the chance to meet you at our annual congress for the first time. We just really appreciated your sincere investment and all the effort you put in EPSA. So thank you and best of luck for your future.
Thank you, Anne. I have a new point from SFD Lithuania.
SFD Lithuania. Dear Mihai, thank you so much for your effort. From the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate your effort that you put during the lockdown, which was probably minimal reward but maximum effort. But still, we will miss you, and we're glad to hear that you will be around. But thank you so much, and best of luck for all of your endeavors.
Thank you, SFD. I have a new point from Andrea.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a crybaby. But I just couldn't say nothing because Mihai and I really started our journey in EPSA together. We knew each other since first year of studies. We've done research. Our first EPSA event was in Barlo. We went together for Science Day for a presentation, and this is how we got very excited by EPSA, and then decided to go for other events and keep going and keep going. And then we got into the team in Tiffin, where he went a mandate earlier than me in the team. Then I went for TNT, became trainer. And then we ended up last year being finally in the same team. Even though we had different ways of working or different preferences, we were still in the same team, and we were everywhere together, EPSA-wise. So it's really hard now, for him leaving for the team and me staying in EPSA. Obviously, I know so many people now, but it won't be the same without you. Then we went for internship in Brussels together. We lived in the same house. So from my side, you will definitely be missed, Mihai.
Joseph with the technical.
Yes, Mr. President, I close the floor for discussion.
Thank you, Joseph. Then we'll move on to voting on the motion as it reads. The 62nd EPSA General Assembly discharged Mihai Ionita, immediate Vice President 2021-2022. I ask if there are any votes against, any abstentions, and who votes for? Okay, you can lower your voting cards. Thank you. I had 22 votes for, none against, and no abstentions. Mihai, you have been discharged. The motion was carried unanimously. Thank you for your work. We'll move on to the next point of the agenda, which is the appointment of the 22nd EPSA University Chairperson. I have a new point from Joseph.
Yes, sir, President. So as you know, we don't have any bids. There's no association that would like to organize the 22nd Summer University. So there's no one really who we can appoint. Just for information, this point is really for knowledge transfer for future years, because this would be the first time we would be appointing the Summer University Chairperson as the member of the team, per regulation changes that have been done recently at last GA. So that's why is this on agenda. But we don't have anyone.
Thank you, Joseph. I have a direct from Mihai.
Mihai PP.
Mihai PP for still a bit more time. And also I just realized one more thing. If we find a host in the near future, unfortunately the chairperson won't be able to be a team member this mandate. We need GA for appointment. Or it will be possible in the next GA, but for a very short amount of time. They can still be invited in team meetings and everything, but officially won't have the team member status.
Thank you, Mihai. Then we'll move on to the next point of the agenda, which is the election of EPSA Board of Trustees 2021-2024 members. I will read the motion. The 62nd EPSA General Assembly elects the following Board of Trustees members 2021-2024. Andras Suler, PhD, Professor Lilian M. Azoparvi, Juret Svarsaitis, Professor Ian Bates, Gary Finnegan, Emma Pauline, PhD, Brendan Murray, Ilaria Passarani, PhD, Professor Dieter Steininger, Professor Klaus Meyer, and Professor Claude Faludia. I open the floor for discussion on the motion. I have Joseph with a new point.
Yes, sir, President. So in the GA package, there was biographies of the people that we are proposing, just for everyone to be aware. And the Board of Trustees is another advisory body of EPSA that's consisted of professionals in different fields that are close to EPSA or previously have been close to EPSA. And they are helping us with very tough topics. From top of my head, we asked them for input at the beginning of the COVID pandemic with the cancellation of the events and how to proceed. And in general, they are here to give us even further insight and broader experience when we really need input on some hard topics that we don't know how to move forward. This group, just quickly, is throughout different fields. So we have from industrial pharmacy to a journalist that's focusing on vaccination. We tried to have a variety of people in the Board of Trustees, so in case we need their assistance, we would get as various input as possible.
Thank you, Joseph. Does anyone have a new point they wish to raise? I see none. Joseph with a technical.
Joseph, President, I close the floor for discussion.
Thank you. Then we'll move on to voting on the motion as it reads. The 62nd EPSA General Assembly elects the following Board of Trustees members 2021-2024. Andras Suler, PhD, Professor Lilian M. Azoparvi, Juret Svarsaitis, Professor Ian Bates, Gary Finnegan, Emma Pauline, PhD, Brendan Murray, Ilaria Passarani, PhD, Professor Dieter Steininger, Professor Klaus Meyer, and Professor Claude Faludia. I ask if there are any votes against, any abstentions, and who votes for? You can lower your voting cards. Thank you. I had 22 votes for, none against, and no abstentions, so the motion was carried unanimously and the Board of Trustees was approved. We'll move on to the next one of the agenda, which is the election of honorary life members. The BC did not receive any nomination for HLMs, so we'll move on to the next point of the agenda, which is any other business. We will take this step before. Okay, Yosef. Yosef for the technical.
Joseph present 3 minutes just.
Okay. Oh, sorry, Yosef.
Joseph present.
So we would like to propose to you to proceed with the AOB, but there's high chance that we will have to break the AOB, go back to Gautier's discharge, have this point, have this motion, and then come back to AOB, as we need to be very flexible with him and his time commitments to the last day of this event. Are you fine with that?
Motions, please.
Thank you very much.
Then we will start with any other business. I ask the floor if they have any other business they wish to raise. I have a new point from KNPSV.
Jason, KNPSV Netherlands. I want to thank the whole team for the video you sent us for RGA of our national association. And I want to congratulate you on this GA as well. Thank you.
Thank you, KNPSV. Do I have any other new point? I have a new point from Joseph.
Yes, that's present. So, as we discussed yesterday during the regulation changes, we would also focus a bit on discussion about the elections. What we had in mind to facilitate for all of you how the election process is really going on, we would do a little role play with elections that would be done outside of GA. So we would do roll call, suspend the standing orders, so we can do it, we can show everything. Then we would do a roll call again, resume the standing orders, and we would have discussion based on what you've seen. We also have some more topics that we would like to discuss with you, since we have a lot of time, like 3.5 sessions, around 4 hours, I would say. So we'll see how the first discussion will go, and then we will move on. Just to give you some insight into the topics we would like to also discuss with you. We are thinking about how to tackle inactive members, how to tackle the inactivity of students, because we see that that is a problem across Europe, and it affects the Students' Association and their leadership. And if there would be any point or any topic that you would like to discuss with the whole GA or with all of the ODs, we can take it as well. It's a good opportunity to use this platform for exchange of good practices. We will see how we'll do it like practically. If you will see that some of the discussion should be taken outside of minutes and you would like to more be brainstorming with just some written conclusion, let us know. We'll be flexible on this, we have enough time.
I have a technical from Malina.
Malina section. Since brainstorming sessions are really hard to minute, I would just like to ask for your understanding if it's a little bit more like outcome oriented when I'll send it to you, and not like the normal he said, she said, like EPSA style. Thank you.
I have a bullshit from Arnica.
Sorry, Marlene. Annika out of Austria. We would love to see Marlene minuting a role play.
Thank you.
So,
I would like to ask Marlene from the roll call, as we said.
Okay. Please get your voting cards ready. Thank you. AFF Austria, VPSA Belgium, CPSA Cyprus, CCPSA Czech Republic, South Denmark, ANF France, BPHD Germany, APSA Latvia, SFD Lithuania, PIPSA Finland delegated to SFD Lithuania, K.NFP.SFD the Netherlands, NAPSA Norway, SNAP Sweden delegated to NAPSA Norway. Okay, sorry. PPSA Poland, APF Portugal, FASA Romania, SPSA Slovakia, CSSFD Slovenia, NAPSA Serbia delegated to CSSFD Slovenia, FEP Spain, ASF Switzerland, PPSA United Kingdom.
Thank you very much.
I have collected 22 voting cards.
And I suspend the standing orders.